Hi everyone, this is Nia and today I'll be doing a comparison between hot pressed and cold pressed paper for watercolor. I was sent these two watercolor sketch pads from Ohuhu and they've sent me both hot press and cold press, so I feel like this is a great opportunity to show you the difference while I show you the product as well. This isn't a sponsored video, by the way. They've just sent me these sketch pads to try and give my honest opinion. Now, about watercolor paper, if you know, there are two types of materials for watercolor sketchbooks or paper. Either it's made of cellulose, which is a wood pulp, or cotton. For artist grade paper, cotton is preferred because the paint keeps its vibrancy and the overall flow of paint just works nicer. The paint doesn't seep into the paper as much, which I feel is why the colors stay more vibrant. Now, in terms of hot pressed and cold pressed, hot pressed, you can imagine a hot iron flattening something and it comes to a very smooth surface compared to cold press, which is slightly textured paper. Now, I'm just going to do some simple swatches using hot press first so you can see the difference. Because of the smooth surface, you can create really nice clean edges. This also means that the paint stays on the surface of the paper a bit longer. You can imagine water on tile versus on something like a rough concrete. This makes the drying process a bit different, and sometimes the color puddles more, and when they dry, they tend to also create a light outline more than cold pressed. So here you can really see the clean edge, and on the right, because I used more water and the paint puddled more, you can see as it dries, the paint is moving towards the edges. Now, cold press, I would say, is the more standard watercolor paper. I feel like if you imagine watercolor painting at the top of your head, it would likely be painted on cold pressed. This has the classic texture, and because of the rough surface, the color blends into each other a little bit better. You can also create nice dry brush textures because of the unevenness of the grain, which gives more space in between the lines created by the dry brush bristles. Personally, I love using cold pressed for landscape paintings. It's my go-to, and in general I just find the slightly textured paper to be a bit more versatile. It's a bit easier for colors to blend into each other with cold pressed, and it's great to create some dreamy looking light effect for landscape paintings because we can make certain parts look textured or washed. This is better, in my opinion, for a looser, more instinctual style of painting where you can take advantage of the paint traveling on their own. Here you can see the soft outline that I mentioned earlier with the hot pressed, whereas with cold pressed, the gradient that I did at the bottom with the clouds are more smooth. Even when I dot in the paint on a wet surface, the edges blur out nicely instead of having a blooming effect. With this said though, that very defined bloom texture could actually be what you want in a painting. I've done a side-by-side comparison of painting the same thing on hot press and cold press, and some people actually like the texture, so it's all about preference at the end of the day. Here I'm just going to do a very simple tiny landscape painting, just a quick one to get a feel of the paper and how the colors look and flows. And hopefully from this painting, you'll get a feel of the type of painting and texture this paper is good for. I've actually made quite an in-depth class on this over on Skillshare, so if you're already a member, please check it out if you haven't done so, and if you're not a member yet, you can go to the link in my description box for a free trial. Now that I'm just demonstrating a painting, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this product that Ohuhu sent me. So for watercolor paper, as we mentioned before, cotton is preferred for artist grade because of the different flow as well as how the colors look when they dry. The color is generally less diffused than if you were to paint on cellulose paper. And because of this, as you can imagine, the price is also a bit more expensive to produce, and this paper is what they've created to bridge that gap. The paper here is not pure cotton. However, instead of mixing the pulp, if that's possible, I never really made paper before, but essentially this is made of 3 layers. The top layer where I'm painting on is made of pure cotton. The second is an absorbent layer, and the third is made of wood pulp, which I'm guessing is the same as cellulose paper. And basically what they've asked for me to do is to try it and see if it's any different to other cotton paper that I've tried. And at the moment, this feels great. Generally, since I've been painting on cotton paper a little bit more, when I go back to cellulose, I can actually feel the difference. The colors tend to dry much lighter than cotton, and I have to put a bit more effort to move my paint on paper to blend certain things. This is just my personal experience though. Sometimes I do get caught off guard after not using cellulose for a while, and this is something that I didn't feel at all when I was painting with these paper, both the cold pressed and the hot pressed. Generally, cotton paper is so expensive. Most of my paper were actually gifted for me years ago, and I take good care of them just because they're so precious. I don't want to waste them, and for the longest time I've just used cellulose until I felt more comfortable with painting on cotton, because I would feel extra bad if I mess up and wasted the paper. I'm not sure if this is just me or something you experience as well, but now because of this technology, you're able to get the same feel for the painting with these sketchbooks. The price is only $14.99 each sketchbook, which comes in 30 sheets of 300 GSM paper, and it's slightly larger than A4, whereas I usually paint in A6 size, so it's 4 times smaller than these sheets. For a limited time only, you can use the code NYANYANI10 to get a 10% discount off all Ohuhu products from the Ohuhu website, and I will also leave a link where you can find these sketchbooks in the description box below this video. So this is the painting. I just did a very quick one without any reference, but next we're going to try the hot pressed paper. With hot pressed, I like to paint something which requires clean edges. I'm just going to do some simple flowers first, but basically anything which requires a lot of fine details, I would generally prefer to use hot pressed paper. Because of the smooth surface, you can paint the tiniest little details and it won't be hidden by the grain of the paper. Because of the smooth surface though, you can imagine dropping some water on tile versus something like gravel where the water will just spread out into the nooks and crannies. With a smooth surface, the paint would just create a puddle, and this sometimes takes a little bit longer to spread and dry compared to cold pressed. The slightly longer time when the paint puddles on the paper means that you can't directly put another color right next to it. If not, the color will just bleed out really quickly into the puddle. Whereas with a grainier texture, the paint would spread more, but in a smoother way. And because it spreads out a bit more evenly, it would have a quicker drying time in my opinion, unless you're doing a very heavy wash. So generally when I'm painting with hot pressed, I tend to try to paint something with a lighter load on my brush. I also find it a bit easier to create lines with hot press rather than cold pressed. With the texture of cold pressed, I find that sometimes the tip of my pencil or my pen gets redirected due to the grain if I don't apply enough pressure, whereas you get more control with hot pressed. Again, this doesn't mean that it's impossible to do. I still outline with cold pressed paper, but there is a slight difference. I think I've had one bad experience with hot pressed paper where, because of the smooth surface, as I apply paint, if I apply it thickly, the paint becomes quite streaky. So that's something that I really try to look out for if I ever try new hot pressed paper. That's something that I don't see here. Another thing with hot press is that sometimes if we don't mix the paint and water evenly on the load of our brush, the paint tends to have a bit more texture, whereas with cold press it would even out a little bit more. So here I applied a thick consistency of paint in the center of the flower. Then I'm going to pull out the paint outwards with a clean damp brush with clean water, so you can see the texture that it creates, and this is something that you can enhance with hot pressed. Since I'm really happy with the clean sharp edges this paper creates, I'm also going to try layering on some flower petals, and I'm just going to do a quick and simple one. I made the first layer, dried it off completely, and I want to see how sharp the edge holds up when I paint over it. Right off the bat, you can see how clean the edges holds up. The layers look very sharp and clean. And there you go, a couple of easy flowers you can paint on this paper. Another thing I'd like to try, and the last thing I'd want to try, is to do food illustration. Since this paper is great with fine details, this would be great for still life paintings or portraits, and my favorite still life is to paint food. So I'm going to try to paint a very simple egg and bacon on toast. This is the image which inspired me. I love the shape and the colors, so I just create my own angle using similar elements. With food illustration, I tend to do a lot of layering. I mix light washes with heavier and thicker paint consistencies as I layer. This is where I can see if I use the paint thickly, if the texture will end up streaky or not, and I'll let you be the judge of that. I think I've said what I need to say regarding this product, as well as the difference between hot pressed and cold pressed paper. And I'm just going to let you enjoy and relax to the process of watching me paint this quick food illustration. Again, if you want to learn a bit more about watercolor basics, you can find me on Skillshare. I've made a few classes already on watercolor basics, but apart from that, I hope what I've experimented and tried here today was enough for you to get a rough idea of the difference between hot pressed and cold pressed paper. As you can see, I didn't really copy this image side by side, but sometimes I've gotten comments of people asking me to put the reference right next to me as I paint, even if I don't use references sometimes. But I'll just keep it here in case you want to paint with me. I'm almost done with this painting. You can see how much I've simplified the painting compared to the image, and I'm actually super happy with the paper. So that's it. Again, if you're interested in getting the paper, you can use the code NYANYANI10 for a 10% discount, which you can use for all Ohuhu products from the Ohuhu website. There's also a link where you can purchase these sketchbooks on the description box under this video if you're interested. And that's it. Thank you, Ohuhu, for the fun experience. And for those of you who are still here, as usual, thank you so much for watching till the end. And I'll see you guys again at the next one. Bye!